Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. This is your
welcome back.
second time seeing us. We are having a rough day, so be kind to us.
Bear with us, please.
Yeah, honestly.
It's been a great morning.
If we mess up some words, if anything happens, just know.
Right.
We are tired.
Introductions? Mm-hmm. All right. I'm your host, co-host, whichever one. It's interchangeable. I'm Maria.
We kind of just switch back and forth. And then I'm also a host, co-host. My name is Sin Fowler. Yep. And we do true crime podcast.
Yep.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And this episode should be releasing on the last day of November, which is the 30th, on the last Thursday. And
Thanksgiving, bro.
Thanksgiving coming up.
It's coming up real soon, and the only thing I'm thinking about is them green beans.
I'm thinking about some stuffing, some sweet potato pie. I'm thinking about some mac and cheese.
Oh, the sweet potato casseroles.
Sweet potato.
The sweet potato anything is yummy. It's just so good. I can't even.
We digress. We're looking forward to Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are as well. Can't wait for that break so I can finally stop stressing about my grades. But
until then, we're here with you.
Yep, and we're discussing the notorious My Little Pony killer, which this isn't the first time that someone's murdered over fictional characters. Of course, this is nothing near the first time, but it is very notable since it happened just 2 years ago in 2021.
Really?
Yes, and I didn't know that.
This happened in 2021?
Yes, and I thought all the hype for My Little Pony died down since it ended. It ended a while ago, I think in 2019. But
the newer versions of My Little Pony aren't even...
It's not
to
the
die
same.
for.
No, they're not.
Not saying that the old ones were to die for either, but
kill for. Oh, die for. Yeah, he committed suicide too. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, My Little Pony, as we all know, because it's a breathtaking show. It's an amazing show. If you don't know, you need to go watch it right now. I don't care how old you are. Unless you're like a 40-year-old bald and grown man, I don't think you need to be watching that. We're not going to specify that right now. But My Little Pony is a kids show directed and aimed at little girls ages maybe 3 to 10. And it came out in... Actually, I believe the series started in the 1980s.
Ooh.
But the most notable version, Friendship is Magic, came out in 2010, created by Lauren Faust, and it was, you could say it was part of one of the cartoon renaissances because it changed the way that we see everything, honestly. It was really did. One of my favorite comfort shows when I was like 5, and I would just sit there and watch it. It was amazing.
I was the best kid when I was watching that show. I was so happy.
Okay, before we get into this, who's your favorite pony?
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash? Yeah. I can see that. I'm definitely a Pinkie Pie type of person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
It was even my nickname throughout like most of my childhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got that special treatment. But all my friends said I'm Fluttershy, and I was like,
oh, I can see that.
Oh my God. No, you can't. I can't.
I was gonna think of Rarity, just because your outfits are always pretty cool.
You think so?
You're welcome. Okay, so who is the My Little Pony killer?
It's a pretty young Brendan Hole who, he's still young up until this point because he did not live for long after his mass murder, and he was I don't know if he was born in Indianapolis, but this is where the shooting took place, and yes, it was a shooting at a FedEx facility, like a packaging facility, which I believe he worked in, and I don't know what his motive for shooting up a FedEx facility would be, but it's such a weird. If you're gonna go anywhere, why go there? I don't know. Maybe he had beef with. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had beef with people who worked. I don't know.
Maybe his package came in late or something.
You're right. It's a FedEx facility. I don't think he had it. No, he did have a job, but it was kind of hard to figure he had a job since he obsessed over ponies. But anyways, the shooting took place in 2021, and there were 8 casualties and 4 injuries. Most of them being how do I say this? Most of them being
children.
They were women. Older. Hold on. Most of the people that he killed were.
I was just trying to guess.
Of the. Do you pronounce that chic community? It was like.
Oh.
It was mostly people who were
Indian Americans.
Yeah, pretty much, and I don't want to South Asian people. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you're going for, but I don't want to try to pronounce that community.
Yeah,
I think I would get it wrong.
I can't pronounce it either. But most of the people that he killed were part of that community. It was like an uproar of it. It was like, was it racially motivated? It was a FedEx.
Is this a hate crime? Like, what's going on? Why are all these people being killed?
Yeah, and a lot of questions wasn't answered, but he did commit suicide, so that made it easier to answer questions, of course. Of course
it did.
Yeah, that made it way much harder to figure out why he did this.
So, did anything happen after the shooting, like government-wise?
No, but speaking of government, he'd only seemed to commit the murder after what is it called? Indianapolis has a red flag law.
Oh.
And it is if someone who bears a weapon, they own a weapon, it can be confiscated from them if there's some red flag, obviously. They shouldn't be holding
some
it.
Some red flaggy things going on.
So he was, Brandon was threatening a lot of suicide around the time beforehand. Right, and he did have his gun seized, but somehow
he got it back.
He did get it back, and it was like really odd. And I was like, but
yeah, like why would they just allow him all of a sudden to have it back? That's crazy to think about.
Know. Yeah, no, he was allowed to purchase more guns after they seized his other weapon, which I don't.
Which camera are we supposed to be looking at right now?
That's a good question.
How?
I don't know. If the law is there to prevent you from holding weapons, why would that?
Why can you go buy another one when you're? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know that it just.
That's like a kid has like something it's not supposed to, and you take it from them, and they know where it's at, so they go and they go get another one. Like,
or you take it from them and then you give it to the babysitter. Babysitter gives the kid the same thing. It's just like I don't. Anyways,
it doesn't make sense
because it didn't help the situation at all. But
of course not. It caused a shooting.
Yeah, and the only evidence that they really had as testimony was he wrote in a journal before committing the murder that he was going to die with Applejack from My Little Pony, and he was going to meet her in the afterlife. That's the only testimony they have to this murder.
That's the only...
Yeah, so he had a few,
He had a few problems,
screws
a few
loose.
Issues.
Yeah, of course. And I don't... Even that being the motive, why this FedEx facility? I guess it's because where he worked, but like... That's
just the only place that he could go. I guess he was really just thinking, oh... I want to kill myself and just bring other people down with me. I think that's what he was going for, rather than just kill, shoot people, blah, 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 blah. I think he wanted to die, so he made other people suffer as well.
I don't get that, because you're going to die anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you get out? I don't get it, but you have an explanation for people who go out and mass murder, especially most of them want fame for it, right?
Yeah.
But, haha, she said the thing. But but when you plan on committing suicide, what's the point of killing other people? That's just evil, like in general.
Yeah, that's very dehumanizing. Well, killing in general is dehumanizing.
Right, but
it's just over the top.
Right, just I like have to take someone's life away before mine.
Just like our last episode, when the cyanide, it was way too much cyanide. It was overkill.
It really was, and I really don't understand it, but I also don't understand people killing themselves for fictional horses. But we have an explanation as to why he was obsessed with My Little Pony, as he was a part of the unexpected community that the show garnered. They're called Bronies, which is, I know, you know. And it is a group of older men spanning from teens to men in their mid-40s. And it's a group that was not intended. It was not the intended audience, as Lauren Faust did create the show to inspire little girls about the magic of friendship.
Honestly,
all the
and
little,
then the 40-year-old men just came in and were like,
right. And I don't. And it started from 4chan. That makes it so much better, doesn't it? 4chan, yeah, I know. And the group accumulated on 4chan, and they first began like ironically making memes about ponies.
Okay.
So it was ironic. With some memes here you know and how there. People like parody Dora or something like stuff like that. And then it
like the funny voiceovers of SpongeBob's like
eventually it went overboard. So the community grew on 4chan, and it went to it grew on the internet in general. There's no place you can go on the internet where you can't, at least, even if you don't know, find someone who is a brony or find out who they are, especially on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, video says. Oh yeah, there's a lot of those on bronies. Yeah, because they're
just such an interesting group.
It's very interesting. It's these older men who spend most of their time in their rooms.
Little man caves.
Yeah, just on their laptops, posting about
a children's show.
A little girl show. Yeah, and it's always like, it's like very questionable because it's not just a little kid show. It's a show for little girls. So you got to wonder if some people use it to...
Yes, 100% for grooming purposes or just, anything other than...
Yeah, it's all around weird, but I don't think Brandon had any interest. I think he just had interest in the show,
just the show. He was just really obsessed with the show.
Yeah, and he was a younger man, so I sort of understand his maybe like obsession with the internet and it sparked the interest of it.
I feel like he didn't have an interest in the audience of who the show was supposed to be for, because the people he murdered were not
and wasn't
young little girls.
Right.
So
you can
they were obviously very confused on why he was killing these people.
Right.
And the only thing that they got was his little testimony.
Yeah. And I can't imagine being an investigator, and it's a horrific situation, but then you read that and it's just like,
it's so like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like
odd.
It's odd.
It's very odd.
Very weird. I would say you need to go to a mental institution instead of jail.
And this is the type of things, because I'm pretty sure he lived with his parents, and it's like, this is the type of thing where, how did you not know? How did you not know?
I understand where you're coming from.
I just don't. I never get the even Jeffrey Dahmer's
parents that's exactly
were like
what I was gonna say.
Like they were like, my boy would never do.
What do you mean?
Like that's
like literally his entire apartment smelled of rotting corpses. What do you mean he would never?
Right, and then I don't know. That's odd. And even if you didn't know as a parent, why are you not
concerned? Why aren't you concerned like we are?
And why don't you know anything about your child? Like, he's grown, but if he's living with you,
you should know something. Where does he work? What does he do in his free time?
And if he doesn't come out of his room, and I get it, yeah, he grown, but he's grown living with you, and
he ain't getting out the house.
Right, like what's going on here? They never. You got a girlfriend or none of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
you got your own little house, probably not even paying rent, and you just gonna stay cooped up in that room the entire time.
It's
suspicious.
It's really odd, but the tragedy definitely affected the religious community that I noted before, and it's still ongoing to whether they believe it's racially motivated or not.
Really?
But hopefully we don't see any tragedies like this again. And and I think
it's just such a bizarre.
It is.
I really have no words.
Yeah, I don't think I can say anything for that. That's an odd topic, which I did enjoy researching for it, but now saying it out loud, it's kind of regretting it. It's fine though. The next topic won't be as
horrible.
Yeah, it won't be as scary to listen to.
But of course, it is going to be all things true crime, so be ready.
Be ready for it right before Thanksgiving. Hey, maybe we'll after Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll give you a horror story about PETA. Since they love, I'm sorry.
No, that was going on like that.
Yeah, we know they love Thanksgiving. They're probably going to make another horror story of their own. It seems to be a interest of those who work at PETA to create some new little thing every year. Like, anyways,
I hope y'all have had. Oh my gosh,
look.
We've had a rough day. And it's coming to an end, I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope y'all ate down. I hope y'all had the best stuffing ever.
Stuffing's the best.
The stuffing is so good. Anyways, now we are going to let a little message play for our sponsors.
Bye-bye.
Thank you to our sponsors, Warehouse Creations. Looking for unique and captivating pottery or home decor? Look no further than Warehouse Creations. This husband and wife team of potters, Bill and Jenny Ware, create a stunning body of work that blends traditional perfection with weird and wonky. Their complementary style creates a visually interesting and captivating collection that engages the viewer and evokes a sense of emotion.
Whether you're looking for a functional piece, a statement piece, or just something to complement your existing decor, Warehouse Creations has you covered. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube to see their latest creations and let them fill your pottery or home needs today.
Thank you.
Let's see it.